around Western New York, halfway through a term in which they are expected to give their maximum, preparing for life behind a police badge. Tonight, Rick Pfeiffer begins a three-part look at the rookie class of Buffalo police officers as they make their way through training academy in a class of their own.
I, your own names, do solemnly swear.
You're coming into the best police department in the country, bar none.
Duties of the office of police officer.
This is not going to be an easy job or an easy career that you're embarking on. It's going to be, as you're going to find out, to be a very, very difficult career.
This is the Buffalo Police Department rookie class, spring of '88.
Ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to become a police officer. It's my goal in life.
Mark Mullins, from South Buffalo, a graduate of Hilbert College.
I've been involved in some type of law enforcement field for maybe the past 7 or 8 years now, and it's something that, you know, I've always showed some type of interest in.
Marvin Sanford, from the East Side, a former Erie County Holding Center deputy.
It's just something I've always wanted to do. Wanted to help people, and this is the best way I think I can do it.
And Karyn Carney, also from South Buffalo, a graduate of Erie Community College.
At their swearing-in, we randomly selected these 3 cadets, and for the last 10 weeks, we've been looking over their shoulder. What you see here is just a small part of what they go through in an intensive 18-week program that will have them out patrolling the city streets by late July.
The training hasn't been easy, but then no one here expected it would be.
Strike, contract signal.
They let you know from day one that, you know, it's not no joke. You're not here to play around, and if you want to become a Buffalo police officer, there's going to be a lot of hard work.
And it's more than just hard work. It can be downright dangerous.
Put your hands up in the air, step out away from the car. Away from it.
In the next 2 nights, we'll show you how our rookies are doing in training that will prepare them for a job where the pressure comes from outside the department and from within.
We've had a great many officers, I'm sure you've read of it constantly in the paper, who have been in trouble throughout the last few years. So the citizen is watching you every single second that you're out there on the street.
To the best of my abilities.
To the best of my abilities.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Rick Pfeiffer, News 4, Buffalo.
Still ahead on News 4 Buffalo, Van.
Life out on the street for any police officer is not an easy task. That's why rookies are trained to deal with the expected and the unexpected. 62 Buffalo police cadets are getting that training right now at the Central Police Services Academy. News 4's Rick Pfeiffer has been following 3 of those rookies and shows us tonight what they're going through in part 2 of his special series, In a Class of Their Own.
TV shows make police work look violent and easy. But after shadowing our 3 Buffalo police rookies for 3 months, we found there's not a lot of violence, and it's anything but easy to become a police officer in Western New York.
Training begins every day with roll call at 8:20 and inspection. From here, the cadets will head to the classroom.
This is an evolution of the law.
And our rookies don't just watch lectures, they're expected to make a good public presentation of their own.
When you approach a domestic, you got to use a lot of caution because this is where you're going to get hurt.
You expect a cop to be able to shoot, but shooting accurately doesn't come naturally. Our rookies are trained here at Cheektowaga Police Headquarters. Let's check in on Karyn, Mark, and Marvin after 7 days of practice.
It's a learning experience. I've shot before, but you always think you're a little better than what you are.
It started off pretty rough, but I'm getting better.
Statistics show that very few officers ever fire their weapons. But if our rookies have to, they should be ready. In this exercise, rookies learn to deal with trouble on the street at night.
Hey, Mark, I got a guy over here behind the wall.
It's a good time and place to make mistakes.
When you got up in here and you shot your own partner.
Yeah, I wasted it.
Thanks, Marv.
Sorry, man.
Even in broad daylight, police work can be dangerous. So our rookies are specially trained just to approach a suspicious vehicle.
Gotta hold that down.
Behind the wheel, inside the car, it's no easier. Driving a police car requires advanced driver education.
Just move around.
While they may not use their guns often, police officers do get into fights. So all rookies, men and women, learn to box.
Go, baby!
Looked like you got in some good punches.
She got in a few, too.
Marvin, how'd it go out there?
Awful. Just awful. No excuses, just out of shape.
The batons also help with self-defense.
Now, despite all this training in violence, police officers still have to be people who you can learn to trust.
So, the rookies have to pass a battery of first aid tests. They also have to pass all the other training we've shown you. We'll see how they're doing tomorrow. Rick Pfeiffer, News 4, Buffalo.
They deserve a lot of respect.
That is a lot of tough work, but not nearly as much tough work as goes into being a chief meteorologist, I'll tell you. But
They're in a class of their own, and for 84 rookie cops at the Central Police Service's Training Academy, it may be the toughest challenge they'll ever face. News 4's Rick Pfeiffer has been following 3 rookies through the academy. He's here now to tell us how they're doing.
Well, Carol, when the Buffalo rookies went out to the academy 10 weeks ago, they were the largest group of recruits the city has ever sworn in.
Let's not only make it the largest class, but the best class.
It may already be the best class at the Central Police Service's Training Academy, simply because it is still the biggest. 3 Buffalo cadets have left, 2 for medical reasons, and 1 to join the state police. But some class members are in trouble. 10 failed their firearms training. 4 failed physical training. And 4 rookies flunked defensive tactics. These cadets will get another chance, and if they make the grade on their second try, they could still end up behind a badge. As for the 3 Buffalo rookies we've been following since March 1st,
How are they doing?
I think at this point they're doing very well, and if they keep this current level of performance up, I think we can expect them to graduate in July.
Run, let's go!
if they're going to make it to graduation, they'll have to keep hustling, and that means spending most of their free time studying. Mark Mullins studies in the student lounge at the ECC South Campus. Karyn Carney prefers a kitchen table.
It's been as much as I thought it would be with the books.
Vicky?
Yes?
Hurry up and eat. You gotta finish the books.
And Marvin Sanford hits the books with his girlfriend, fellow cadet Vicky Smith.
It takes a couple hours every night just to get it together. That way you stay ahead, but it's just something you have to do, I guess.
As soon as he moves, you move.
Marvin, Mark, and Karyn also have to practice what they've picked up at the academy.
They've been here for a week, and they've been doing very good.
Their boxing may not be the best, but they learned enough in baton training to protect themselves.
The 3 that we're talking about worked hard all week, and we put them through a pretty strenuous program, but they come out pretty good.
Put your left hand.
Our rookies need to improve the most in street survival, which can keep a cop alive in life and death situations.
They got a lot to learn, and that's why we go through these exercises for that reason. And if they are to make the mistakes, we would rather them do it in a classroom situation like this than on the street.
Beginning this week, our rookies face some even stiffer challenges. Major written exams on the law, tough physical training.
How would you place them within the class? Top, middle, bottom?
I'd say they're the middle, maybe a little higher than middle, doing well, satisfied.
Good.
Our 3 rookies and all the other cadets at the Training Academy will have to push harder than ever in the next 6 to 8 weeks if they expect to be around to graduate in July. Well, we'll keep following them, and we'll be back to tell you how they did.
We have no doubt that they will be among the graduating.
We hope so.
All right, thank you, Rick. Still ahead tonight on News 4 Buffalo. Don.
In just a few days, the Buffalo Police Department will officially be 57 officers stronger. The rookie officers will be in a class of their own and will be counted on to fill a large number of vacancies out on the street. News 4's Rick Pfeiffer has been tracking the progress of some of the new Buffalo officers. He's here now to tell us just how they're doing. Rick?
Okay, Carol. 8 weeks ago, we introduced you to 3 Buffalo Police rookies struggling to make the grade at the Central Police Service's Academy. They were halfway through the course then and doing well. But the last 2 months may have been the most difficult challenge for the Buffalo cadets, hoping to make the final grade.
Mark Mullins. Marvin Sanford.
Passenger, both hands!
Karyn Carney. 3 cadets hoping to become Buffalo police officers. At the midpoint of their training, they're pulling passing grades. But what lies ahead will take every ounce of effort they and the other Buffalo and suburban police rookies can give.
Any other questions?
Exams and classroom lectures took a large part of the early weeks of training.
Let's go, keep on going, move your feet.
But now it's time for our rookies and the other cadets to prove they're physically fit for the challenge of being a police officer. It wasn't easy, but Karyn, Mark, and Marvin all passed. Karyn improved greatly.
When you're with everybody, it's a lot easier to work out. You know, when everybody's pushing you, it's a lot easier to work out when everybody's working out than to go on your own and do it.
4 Buffalo rookies failed the physical training. They're getting a second chance today, but if they fail again, their police careers are over. Firearms training intensifies in the last few weeks at the academy. Our rookies and the others have to prove they're as good outdoors as they were on the indoor range.
So you grab it down below the pistol grip and hand it to the next man, okay?
They're also getting their first experience with shotguns.
You're going to go in, you're going to check the building, you're going to clear it, and arrest any suspects in the building.
Put the firearms and physical training together, and our cadets and the others are ready for some of the Academy's most important work.
Passenger, put him out the window.
Simulated real-life situations designed to teach them what life on the street is like.
Drop it!
And like all the rookies, they make mistakes.
Yeah. Okay? That's all it is. It's a quick one. You got to be aware of what's around you.
We would rather see them make the mistakes out here and correct them than have them go directly on the street and make those same mistakes.
Well, if those exercises look intense, it's because the rookies play them as if they were real. It's a good first-hand look at the stress the cadets will find out on the street. Tomorrow night, we'll show you how our rookies prepare to handle the pressure of their new job, and we'll give you their Academy report card.
Well, did the 3 rookies that you followed make it?
Well, we'll let you know about that tomorrow night.
I assume that all of them did that.
Not all of the rookies in the class made it.
All right, Rick, thanks very much. Still ahead on News 4 is... The training is over. Tomorrow, one of the largest classes of Buffalo police rookies ever will formally graduate from the Central Police Services Academy. News 4's Rick Pfeiffer has been watching the progress of 3 of the Buffalo cadets, and he's here now to tell us if they and the rest of their class made the final grade. Rick?
Carol, as we showed you last night and back in May, the training at the police academy isn't easy. The hours are long, the work is hard, and the stress on the rookie officers is intense.
Okay, freeze, right there. Man with the hat, drop the gun slowly, or I'll blow your head off.
What do you guys want? Told you, she's the one that robbed us.
The simulated confrontations at the academy may look like just cops and robbers games, but the cadets take them seriously. They're designed to create the kind of stress the rookies will meet on the street. No matter what the call, from a bar fight
It's the police, we're here.
Go get my kids.
to a domestic.
I understand it, but I want to get the situation calmed down. Have a seat, please.
If you get the guy out of here, there'll be no problem.
Our rookies and the others will find their work is pressure-packed.
You know, you get a hot call and your heart starts pumping, and then you get there and you're still going, and then when everything's done, you kind of slow down. It takes a little while to...
How they deal with the pressure may determine the caliber of cops they'll be. Stress seminars will help.
Listen to what we're saying tonight about stress and what it can do to you. Be aware of what stress will do to you and try to get yourself to relax.
You know, I talk to my mother a lot, and, well, she says she doesn't see how anyone can be a policeman. It's just too dangerous, but I guess, you know, someone has to do it.
I'll work out and talk out my problems.
One problem Mark, Marvin, and Karyn won't have to worry about is making it out of the academy.
All 3 passed. They did very, very well. They seem to, looks like they're going to end up with B averages, which is pretty good.
Only 5 Buffalo rookies didn't make the final grade.
It was harder than I expected. I went through 2 years of college, and it was harder than the college.
They've shown a lot of guts, they've showed a lot of determination, and I think they're ready in every respect.
With their 19 weeks of training behind them, the Buffalo rookies and their suburban classmates got together for a class picture.
You meet a lot of people from the different agencies, and even some people right with us in Buffalo that I haven't seen since the banquet that we had. You know, you meet a lot of new friends, and they're gone.
I miss the people already. Yeah, I can't wait till Friday to see them all.
Are we ready? Well, even though our rookies made it through the academy with passing grades, they still have some hard lessons to learn. But those lessons will be taught out on the street. And tomorrow, we'll take you on the job with our new officers and let you see how they're doing, Carol.
But when are the rookies just going to be thrown out in the street and says, okay, guys, go for
They have 2 more weeks of on-the-job training, and then they're on their own.
On their own. Okay, Rick, thanks very much. The largest class of rookie police officers ever at the Central Police Services Training Academy picked up their diplomas today. The 79 cadets included a record 57 from the city of Buffalo. The graduation ceremonies capped almost 5 months of tough training. The rookie officers were told their departments are eagerly awaiting their arrival. Most of the new officers should be out on the streets in the next few weeks.
Well, the Buffalo rookies who graduated today were in a class of their own, one of the largest ever for the Buffalo City Police Department. They had to learn their lessons very well to make the final grade out at the police academy, but now they have some new lessons to learn about life for a cop out on the street. News 4's Rick Pfeiffer followed 3 of the Buffalo rookies through their academy training, and he joins us now to tell us about their next challenge. Rick?
Well, Bob, we've tried to show you how the Central Police Services Academy prepares rookie cops to meet the challenges they'll run into out on the streets. But as our rookies are finding out in their first days on the job, there's no substitute for experience.
Car 12 north to radio, can you take a UUV?
It all looks so easy at the academy, but in the first few days on the street, our rookies are finding just using the police radio takes some practice.
Because you could have another car that's in trouble someplace trying to get through. And you're going Mary, Ocean, Robert, you know. We want to get our warrant check, but we don't want to be tying them every time so a cop return.
Officer Mark Mullins has been detailed to Precinct 8. His partner for 4 weeks of on-the-job training is 20-year veteran officer George Amplement. Mark handled this call well. Officers are taught to separate themselves from people they confront.
This is, again, this has been going on for about a month.
But Mark forgot to check the name of the intersection that this driver was going through when he ran a stop sign.
I have a lot to learn, but with George's help, I've learned a little bit so far. I've got a lot to learn.
You making some mistakes?
Yes, a few. I'll make a lot more, I'm sure.
At the academy, they didn't teach Officer Karyn Carney how to use a car thief's tool to get a locked-out driver back into their car. On the street, you learn something new every day.
But we're more or less helping people. We're not, arresting as much as I thought we would be, and, it's a lot of community service.
Officer Marvin Sanford is working in one of the city's busiest precincts, Precinct 12. He's paired with a 5-year veteran, Officer Reggie Minor.
We'll learn in 1 year what it would take a copper in the outlying precincts 5 years to experience.
Now it's no longer someone else's responsibility to go in and settle a dispute or an argument or something. You're the one that's there, and it's a little different feeling because now you have that responsibility.
But there's also all those police forms you've got to learn to use.
We'll be drawing a diagram. We want to put county, city, and all that information down there.
Karyn, Marvin, and Mark said they came to the Buffalo Police Department to help people, to be good cops.
Are they good cops? Can they go out on the street and do the job of a good cop?
I think so. I think so. The only thing that they're lacking now is experience.
Well, for the next 2 weeks, the Buffalo rookies will gain experience by riding with veteran officers. But after that, they'll be assigned to their regular precincts, given partners, and then, Bob, they'll be on their own.
How do the veteran cops feel about riding with rookies? They have any trepidation about that?
Well, frankly, Bob, they'd rather ride with veterans, but they remember they were rookies once, and the rookies have to learn somehow.
We all were. Yeah. Okay, Rick, thank you. Carol?
Back at home, it was the largest class ever at the Central Police Services Academy. And today, the members of that class picked up their diplomas and prepared to hit the streets. News 4's Rick Pfeiffer has the story.
It was an end and a beginning. For the 79 cadets who made up this class, today was a time to put 19 weeks of intense and rigorous training behind them. But these rookie sheriff's deputies and police officers are really trading their academy lessons for new lessons. Lessons taught on the street.
Treat our citizenry with honesty, justice, and compassion.
The class includes 57 Buffalo Police rookies, the largest group of new officers the city has ever had. They'll have to make an immediate impact, replacing a large number of retiring veteran officers.
So these are the people that are going to have to go out and replace those seasoned officers that have retired. We hate to lose all of those people with all of those years of experience, but these are the kids that are going to have to take their place. And I think they're capable of doing it.
Officer Mark Mullins continues a family role in law enforcement. His dad is a state police investigator.
He's always been around policemen his whole career, and he wanted to be a policeman, so there he is.
Officer Marvin Sanford's family is proud of him today, but it may take time to adjust to his new job.
Are you looking forward to him being a police officer?
Well, I have no other choice. I am looking forward to it, and I wish him the best.
Today, these rookies and their families will celebrate their successes at the academy. They passed the tests and made the final grade. But tomorrow, they'll face a new test, the test of surviving on the street as a cop.
But I think it's going to be a good group out on the street. I think they'll do credit to the department. And we expect great things from this class.
Rick Pfeiffer, News 4, Update.